In the late period of the Roman Republic, economic production, military expansion, and social hierarchy were largely based on the system of slavery. War captives obtained through conquests were extensively employed in agriculture, mining, domestic services, and entertainment. On the Italian peninsula, large landed estates known as latifundia maintained their dominance through the use of abundant and inexpensive slave labor. This system created a deep class division within Roman society. The gap between free citizens, elites, and slaves gradually widened. The legal rights of slaves were extremely limited. They could be punished or even killed at the discretion of their masters. Although these conditions occasionally led to local uprisings, the Spartacus Revolt, which took place between 73 and 71 BCE, stands out as the largest slave uprising in Roman history in terms of its formation and impact. According to ancient sources, Spartacus was of Thracian origin and had served in auxiliary units of the Roman army before being enslaved. His military experience formed the foundation of the leadership and tactical skills he later displayed during the revolt. As a result of opposing Roman authority or deserting, he was captured and reduced to slave status. He was subsequently sold to the gladiator school owned by Lentulus Batiatus in Capua. Although gladiator schools were an important part of Roman entertainment culture, they were also institutions in which extremely harsh discipline was enforced. Gladiators trained in these schools were forced to fight to the death in large public arenas. Even if they were victorious, their freedom was not guaranteed. In this environment, Spartacus quickly attracted attention and distinguished himself among the other gladiators not only through his physical abilities but also through his capacity for strategic thinking and organization. In 73 BCE, the realization that a group of gladiators from Capua would be sent to Rome to participate in public games became the direct trigger of the revolt. The fact that defeat in Roman gladiatorial combat often resulted in death made plans of escape inevitable. Spartacus, together with gladiators such as Ennomos, Crassus, Gannicus, and Castus, devised an escape plan and succeeded in fleeing the school with approximately 70 gladiators. Initially armed only with kitchen utensils and simple tools, the group soon seized the weapons store and obtained proper arms. After leaving Capua, the rebels withdrew to the slopes of Mount Vesuvius, which served as a secure base. News of the revolt quickly spread throughout the Campania region, and slaves who managed to escape from nearby farms and cities began to join Spartacus's group. As a result, the number of rebels soon reached into the thousands. The Roman Senate initially regarded this movement as a minor slave uprising and did not consider it a serious threat. For this reason, the first Roman forces tasked with dispersing the rebels consisted of inexperienced soldiers and militias. Under the command of Gaius Claudius Glaber, these forces planned to besiege Spartacus on Mount Vesuvius and starve him into submission. However, Spartacus used geographical advantages and unexpected maneuvers to launch a sudden attack on the Roman camp, successfully routing Glaber's army. The defeat of Glaber fundamentally changed the nature of the revolt. The forces led by Spartacus were no longer merely a disorganized group of slaves, but were increasingly transforming into a disciplined military unit. Spartacus prohibited looting, initiated regular training, and established a hierarchical structure among his troops. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, the Senate dispatched new forces under the command of Verinius and Cosinius. However, these units also suffered heavy defeats through ambushes and surprise attacks. At this stage, the number of rebels exceeded 50,000, and many cities in southern and central Italy came under rebel control. This development posed a direct threat to the Roman economy and internal security. Ancient sources indicate that Spartacus's primary objective was not to capture Rome but to cross the Alps and move into Thrace. Nevertheless, disagreements arose among the rebel leaders regarding this objective. A group led by Crassus adopted a more aggressive stance toward Rome and separated from the main force. This separation led to divisions within the rebel army. This division created a significant opportunity for Rome. Under the command of Lucius Gellius, the Roman army defeated Crassus's forces near Mount Garganus and destroyed a substantial portion of the rebels. Following successive defeats, the Senate appointed Marcus Licinius Crassus, known for his severity and strict sense of discipline. Crassus imposed rigid disciplinary measures within the army and even resorted to harsh punishments such as decimatio for deserters. Under Crassus's command, Roman forces constructed extensive defensive lines and trenches to confine the rebels in southern Italy. Spartacus's attempt to cross to Sicily in order to initiate a new wave of rebellion failed because the pirates broke their agreement. In 71 BCE, the final major confrontation took place near the Silurius River, where Spartacus's army faced Roman forces. According to ancient accounts, Spartacus fought on the front lines and lost his life in this battle. The inability to recover his body contributed to the formation of a legendary narrative surrounding him. After the suppression of the revolt, approximately 6,000 rebels were crucified along the roads leading to Rome. This practice demonstrates Rome's intention to deliver a deterrent message against similar uprisings. The Spartacus revolt clearly revealed the vulnerabilities inherent in the slave-based social structure of the Roman Republic. Although it ended in military failure, the revolt had long-term effects on Rome's internal security policies and its approach to slavery. In historical context, Spartacus became more than a military leader. He emerged as an iconic expression of Rome's social and economic contradictions.